Hi there. In this video we'll be taking a look at this Samsung power bank. Let's see a bit of info about this power bank. Here. So managed to more or less clean it so we can have a look. So we'll have the battery inside, USB-C to USB-C cable and the leaflet. It's 10,000 milliamp hours, but we'll oh no, we will test ourselves, but they actually tell us the real usable capacity, about 6600 milliamp hours, 5 volts, 3 amps. And if we are using fast charging, that's going to drop just a tiny bit. So at the end of the day, 33 or about 32.4 watt hours. That's what matters, these values right here. Milliamp hours, that depends a lot on the voltage that you are drawing from it. So yeah, for input it knows 5 volts 3 amps or 9 volts 2.77 amps, and output, so it has power delivery, 2 voltages. In dual it will only work, as I can see in here, in 5 volt mode, and PPS a few variants. PPS, I will write on screen, I don't know exactly what's the abbreviation from. And the 10,000 milliamp hour is the equivalent capacity of the cells inside, the lithium cells at 3.7 volts. It's exactly the same as in this Hama. I tested this and it obviously did not have that 10,000 milliamp hour at 5 volts. It has it at 3.7, 37 watt hours. I don't think it even has that, but anyway, these guys were honest. So I like that. They were honest and they wrote the reality in here. This also should be 10,000 milliamp hour. Yeah, not at 5 volts USB for sure. Same with these ones. All four of them are 10,000 milliamp hour. But the reality is that on a modern phone you will get about 1 charge, 1.5 charges, and that's about it. So yeah, that's it. That's it for this. And you might be wondering, hey, but you already have a bunch of them, why did you get one more? Well, none of these guys have output on USB Type-C, and none of them have oh, actually this one, sorry, this one has, but none of them no power delivery of any sort. So that kind of means that they are really slow to charge any devices. So yeah, let's get into this box. There were a few reviews online where I saw people, somebody was complaining that a woman, that she didn't get the USB-C to USB-C cable with this thing, and people, but why don't you read the instructions? This will not come with a cable. Yes, it actually should come with a cable. So where's the cable? Here's the cable. So that lady probably what she did was not open this stupid thing right here. I cannot even put it back, but doesn't really matter. Oh, I managed to put it back. She thought it was just a spacer and that's about it. Hey, there's no cable. And people were replying to it, but why did you think there's a cable? There should be a cable, it's written on the box, but the cable is here, this little logo. So I think a lot of people are actually missing this little thing and just throwing the package away with the cable still inside of it. That's good. And people seem to be smart asses even when they talk stupid things. So the battery inside should be 37 watt hour, because that's what 10,000 milliamp at 3.7 volts means, 37 watt hours. What you get of it, out of it, it's another thing. As for the form factor, honestly, I prefer this much more compared to the blockier ones. This is much more, I don't know, smartphone-like dimensions. Yes, it is a bit thicker and narrower, but much closer to a smartphone. This thing obviously it's China special, so yeah, there's that. And these things are the blocky old style, yeah. But do we have a charge? How does this turn on? Long press? Absolutely no charge whatsoever. So we ain't going to be reviewing this thing until I give it a full charge. I have this charger, I will link its video in the description. This thing knows how to do power delivery and can charge my Samsung phone with about 32 watts. So I think it can output enough to charge this with its maximum speed. We also have this cable, will also be in the description, of 100 watts cable. We will not be reaching that. This cannot do that, this cannot do that. So the cable will not be the limiting factor. Let's see what kind of charging power will be drawing out of this. And 10 seconds later I disconnected it because I realized I have the ChargeLab Power Z, and I can use this thingy to actually measure how much we are putting into this, and that will be way more accurate. Let me go to hello, create a new record, okay, and it's going to tell us in watt hour and in milliamp hour what we'll be putting in this thing. From 10 to 10 seconds it will update, more than enough. I'm not going to set it to a faster update than this, doesn't matter for me at all. And we just had a big jump, as you can see here. Still not a huge jump. And we are still charging at 5 volts, so this did not go into any sort of power delivery mode. We are just charging in 5 volt 2 amp mode. But yes, my charger is a Huawei, it's not a Samsung, so maybe this is not smart enough to negotiate with it its power delivery mode. I don't think it matters into which of this I plug it in. Let me see how much we measured in here. Not much, so even if I change the port now, shouldn't really matter. There's not a big difference. Oh, or maybe no, it continues to count if I didn't disconnect the power from it. So yeah, that's great. Then doesn't even matter that I changed the ports. Oh, so only one of the ports knows that. Yikes. Is it marked in any way? That's dumb in my opinion. There's no marking whatsoever on the ports, and it seems only the one close to this actually knows how to do. Maybe the manual will tell us that, knows how to do power delivery 3.0, as you can see here. So we are really quickly charging. The base use cable is showing 26 watts and this 23.5. Okay, that's a bit fishy. Let me go back to the other port. Man, I don't like the fact that they are not marked in any way. No, and I have no freaking clue. No, doesn't matter which one of them is. Maybe up to a point in the charge it went only with USB, or it didn't negotiate properly with the charger. So if it seems slow to charge, just unplug it and plug it back in. For me it seems now it's going at what it should be going. We'll be testing also this little guy to see if it can deliver the maximum power that this can provide. Most likely it will. I don't think they skimped on the quality of this thing. But about this isn't a freaking manual. It's mostly safety information, so yeah. And yes, this is why I mostly keep talking about the base use cable but not showing it, because it's doing this weird refresh where the camera cannot pick it up. I will make a picture of it to show that it's really showing 26 watts there. So this is charging at its maximum speed. I'm not expecting this to be able to go any higher than this, no matter the charger that you connect it to. And we'll also see again where's that capacity and time that it needs to charge. We are about 10 minutes in at this moment. We are almost full, 1 hour and 44 minutes. This is what we put in it, so about 39 watt hours. Ignore the 4400 milliamp hours because the milliamp hours don't mean anything if you don't know the voltage. And the voltage was mostly 9 volts, something around that. But the watt hours take voltage and power into consideration, so that's a much better capacity measurement in my opinion. So I think we are quite close, and yes, we put this much into it because we have losses. This thing has losses while it's charging. It's a bit hot, and when I say hot, maybe it's 40 or 45 degrees. I can feel it warm, but hot is the wrong term, it's warm. So I'm expecting to be almost charged, honestly. Maybe a few more minutes and it will stop blinking, and this will be close to our final rating. Efficiency of a power bank is between 70 and 80%. At least that is where it was about 1 or 2 years ago. Maybe they are a bit better now. But still quite low efficiency, these little guys. And yes, this seems to be recycled plastic, or that's what I understood about it. So if you are into that sort of thing, yay, hooray, recycled. At this point in time, I would say it's done. We have 0.1 watts going into this, so almost nothing. So I would say full charge from 0 to 100%, 2 hours and a half. Something like that. In case it ever stops working, something happens and it locks up, you need to press on the power button for 7.5 seconds. You can press more than that, and the device will reset, but you will get no indication whatsoever that the reset took place, but then it should be functioning and you can charge again devices with it. Because it seems online many people say that theirs just stopped responding and it's not working anymore. Also, make sure it is charged. So press once if nothing happens, when it might be fully discharged, as mine was when I got it. But if you have lines but it doesn't give power, then 7.5 seconds, hold on to the button and it should restart. Let's start testing what we can get out of it. So connected the base use cable the wrong way around. I want to also be able to see its power meter, but this will also tell us everything that we need to know, way more than the cable. So now connect to my S23 Ultra, and now we are starting to see stuff. Instantly we are going to 24 watts, 23.2. This is showing 25, so we are going to what this can maximum provide. So that's awesome. What I want to do now, here, new record, okay. So let's see what it will give to phones in total capacity, what it can actually do to deliver. We saw what it can take in, but what can it give out in total? And as you can see, my S23 Ultra is at 6% charge. I don't let it go lower than this because it drops in a few minutes from 6 or 5% to 0. So this is about the minimum charge of this phone. So from here to 100, let's see how much it takes and how many times I can do this charge. Once, once and a half, 2 times. We'll see. Phone is charging, it's at about 60%, but the charging power dropped to, I don't know, below 10 watts. Not really sure why that's happening. This is warm to the touch, but I wouldn't say it's hot. Phone, again warm but not really hot. So yeah, it seems it goes to 25 watts, but does not really stay there for a long time. At least with my phone, obviously. and it seems both voltage and current are really dirty. It's almost like it's struggling or something, which is extremely weird. So, still charging. I've seen this going to about 15 watts for a while again. And now my phone is really cool to the touch. It's 96% charged and it's going down to about 7 watts. I think my phone was actually saving the videos that I made with it through Wi-Fi, and it was heating up, so that is why it requested a lower power. I think actually my phone was to blame, not this. But then again, this weirdness is from this thingy. So yeah, it's not the most stable in terms of current, and before it wasn't also in terms of voltage, but now voltage seems to be quite steady. Before it wasn't that steady, and this is what we've drawn from it up until now. Okay, my phone is at 100%. This is what we drained out of the battery. My phone now it's draining because I'm recording and it started to consume through USB. So it's interesting that it's not directly consuming from the battery when it's plugged in, it's just using power from this through USB. I'm going to really quickly switch to a different phone now. So we got one full charge for the S23 Ultra, and let's see how much for the other phone. Switched to this phone. Okay, about 12 watts, and this is continuing. But as you can see, it's much I wanted to say much more steady, but it is steadier than when my phone was connected. So the phone might also have something to do with that. And we are continuing to add here to see the total capacity. Also want to add, this was able to charge the S23 Ultra in 1 hour and 40 minutes. From the wall charger, it's about 1 hour and 5 or 1 hour and 10 minutes. And this started charging at about 15%. So let's see how much it will take it. And almost full. This is drained, but this stupid phone doesn't show the percentage because it's set up for child use. I'm going to plug in a charger and only then it will show me the percentage. And also I need to plug this in a charger, because this is fully drained and it will not show anything, to see how much we drew out of it. So we went to 82%, and this thing, let me quickly move to that screen because I don't want to see more. 34 watt hour. So they were saying about 32.4, 33, and we got about 34. This is the real test. This watch with this particular adapter will not charge because this does not consider it has enough load to stay on. So it's on here. Oh, and today it decided to actually charge. Usually it will not charge. It just decides, or maybe it will also shut off now. Let me allow it a few seconds. No, this time it is charging. Most of the time it will not freaking charge. It will just stop because this decides, sorry, you are not drawing enough power for me to stay on for you. So that's dumb, but it happens. This time it decided to work, so yeah. Anyway, important thing, let me come here and plug it into this and see what happens. We are charging and this thing is working. That's perfect for me. Ask in the comments if it's working to fully charge it, or like this it will shut off in a while, but I'm hoping it will fully charge. So that's great. Even if it doesn't have that trickle charge, it seems it allows really low charges to work. So the provided cable in the package together with this is decent quality. But what I don't like, it's that it does not recognize the protocol every time from the first plug-in. So I needed to unplug and replug it back in so it starts to charge at higher power. Yeah, now it's going a bit lower, not because of this, but because of my phone. I'm also recording and charging at the same time, so it's overheating and it will drop the power. This has nothing to do with it. We saw that it went to the max, so the cable is good. That could also be affected by what I have, the middle device in here, although I haven't seen that affecting any other devices, but who knows. Let's test with a Huawei P30 Pro. What kind of charging power will it give to that one? So no protocol, they don't have any common protocol that they can work with. Only 2 watts. No, now it's going. Okay, so power delivery 18 watts. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live, although we are only seeing about 13 watts at the moment. Let's test with another Samsung. Similar case, but not the same phone. About, or no. So to another Samsung, it's giving it a bit more. This little device has a smart mode where if I hold one button when I plug it in, it adds a pull down resistor to tell this power bank that something is connected to it. And now I can test the charging protocol. I don't have any cable plugged into anything else. So it will test all protocols that this thing can deliver. And I will show them as a list in a moment. So this is what it knows. Let's give it an OK. Power delivery 3.0 up to 25 watts. And all the info right here of how it can vary the current and voltage. And it has PPS and quick charge 4. So that's about it for this video. This thing, it's up to its rated specifications. The cable the same, had no problems whatsoever until now. As for the longevity of it and the durability, ask me in the comments, that remains to be seen over the years. I will do my best to give you any feedback that you request. So hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always see you in the next one. Bye.